Mahagatha, 100 Tales from the Puranas. Hello, friends, to another episode. In the last episode, we learned that two worms were created from the earwax of Vishnu and how Vishnu killed Madhu and Kaitabha. In this episode, we are going to know that how did Shiva emerged. Chapter number 3, Shiva emerges. Earth had been molded with body fat of Madhu and Kaitabha, and it was now time to garnish it. Brahma created 8 primary mountains, including Sumeru, Kailash, Himalaya, and Malaya, and 7 island continents, including Jambudweep, Kushadweep, Pushkaradweep, Pushkaradweep. Rivers and oceans began flowing to suckle this newborn world. Everything had been embryonic inside the golden egg, and the Creator was making them manifest now. Trees and plants and fruits and flowers. The earth was taking shape, sprouting limbs and organs. It came to be known as Bhu-loka. While the heavens above became Swargaloka, the nether world was split into 7 regions, including Atala, Vitala, Sutala, and Patala. And above these 3 realms lay Vaikuntha, Vishnu's abode. Time began ticking and Brahma divided into 4 yugas or eras. The white yuga is Satyuga, the red is Treta Yuga, the yellow is Dwapar Yuga, and the black is Kali Yuga. Together, they will constitute a Mahayuga. The eyes of the Parabrahma were unblinking now, keeping an eternal watch over Brahmand. The moment had arrived for Brahma to plant the highest form of life in Bhuloka, to create a man in his own image. And that's where the next trouble confronted him. He closed eyes, and from his mind issued fourth Kumaras or four child sages named Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanadana, and Sanat Kumar. They were the first sons of the creators, the first beings born out from the divine aura, projecting from his manasa or mind. They came to be known as Manasputras. And since they were 4 in number, they were also called as Chatursana. As Brahma experienced the first pangs of paternal love, he informed the brothers that had produced for them for a purpose. They were to aid in this task of creation, populate Brahmanda. Through the act of procreation, Kumaras folded their hands and said, "No, no." The Creator frowned. "No, do you dare refuse to your father's bidding? Disobey the one who gave you life?" "Pardon us, Parampita," they answered. "We are grateful that you created us, but we do not wish to remain confined within the circle of life and death. Why be dedicated to something so finite when the universe around us is infinite? We would rather meditate upon it, upon the alluring nature of the Parabrahma. We are expressions of truth and purity, and those alone can fulfill us. Not this mortal world, but the worlds beyond. Don't you hear the 4 directions calling to 4 of us?" An alarmed Brahma began pleading with the sake of creation, reminding them that their refusal would render everything useless. But the Chatursana did not even budge. More than propagating, they were interested in interrogating. They begged the creators to bestow a boon upon them. Bless us, Parampita, that we may never age, that we may forever remain Kumaras, child saints, receiving and transferring knowledge for all eternity. Brahma argued some more, but finally yielded, watching his Manasputras leave. He felt an intense rage surging inside him. In that violent emotion lurked the third trouble, and as his anger mounted, it sparked from his forehead, and the form of fear beam, and it inferno image emerged a being, a celestial being, with eyes blazing red, roaring ferociously. He demanded, "What is my name?" Brahma sat in awe, wondering what to reply. The being's eyes turned sulphuric now, and he roared louder, "Tell me my name!" Recalling that the foot word for the red is Rud. The creator replied, "Rudra, I name you Rudra." Rudra was Shiva, Mahadeva, another divine manifestation of Parabrahma. Presiding over Tamas Guna, he now completed the cosmic trinity: Brahma the creator, Vishnu the preserver, and last, Shiva the destroyer. Energies dark and turbulent were arising in his terrifying form. Brahma calmed the god down and folded his hand and requested him to aid in the process of creation. Shiva agreed and instantly started generating one being after another. Brahma's joy knew no bounds. He had found a companion, one who was readily sharing his burden. A radiant smile creased the creator's face, only to freeze the next moment. What is Maharudra doing? The god was multiplying his own self, like a cell undergoing its mitosis. He was now spawning in his replicas, all Rudras one by one in an assembly line of mirror images, and as if it was not confounding the enough, they were all immortal like him. Each one of them, 11 Rudras standing before him. Brahma now, as he raised his hand in his horror, "Stop! Stop! You can't do this, Mahadeva." "Do what?" Bring forth immortals." "Why not? Whole cosmic balance will tilt. The creation must give rise to mortals. They must die to born again, like this very universe inhabited. That alone shall sustain the cycle of creation, preservation, and destruction. We cannot have immortals living creatures on earth. Can you produce some mortal beings?" Shiva shook his head. "I can only generate immortals. If that nullifies your process, then I cannot be a part of it. I would rather meditate." As the god departed, leaving the 11 Rudras behind, Brahma gazed at them. On the one hand, it had Manasputra had refused to spawn a single being, and on other, Shiva had brought multiple beings. Neither paucity nor plenty had helped his Brahmand. The Rudras were now clamoring for a place to live, and Creator designated 11 sites for them. One was allotted at the heart, 5 were given the sense organs, and all by himself, again chiding himself for not knowing better, for not comprehending that Mahadeva, whose hallowed task was to destroy, cannot create. That was the triple division of labor. Brahma between Vishnu and Shiva was sacrosanct, and the cosmos would never blur those lines. Creation was his karma alone, and he would have to do it own. He picked the reins again, making a way for the final trouble. Thank you, friends, for listening this episode very keenly. We will see you in the next episode. Till then, thank you.